Hello, my name is Aaron Lakota. I'm here at Jerry's Music Shop in South Hadley, Massachusetts, and I'm going to talk about making your first sounds on the oboe. So, as you can see, I have a little bit of water set aside here with a reed in it. Before you play the instrument, you're going to want to soak your reeds. So the reeds generally, there's going to be different sort of ideas on soaking reeds. My own personal theory on soaking reeds is you should soak them in warm water for submerged up to the thread for about 2 minutes, I would say. It depends on how old the reed is or how the reed maker you get the reed from, as far as how long you want to soak the reed, but that's a good general idea of how long you should soak the reed for. So once the reed is soaked, you're just going to put it into the oboe, as I showed you in an earlier video. And what I just did there was suck the moisture out of the reed. So you don't want to blow any liquid through the instrument. So before you play it, you just suck the moisture out of the reed. Okay, so now, if you remember from earlier videos on the embouchure and posture, you're going to want to make sure to maintain your upright posture and form your correct embouchure. So just a recap on the embouchure, we're just going to put our lips over our teeth and drop our jaw, and then we're going to bring the reed to our lower lip. So once you do that, you're just going to, my method for beginning students, which I'm somewhat assuming you are, either a beginner to instruments in general, or you're switching from another instrument. What I like to do for beginners is have them slowly blow more and more air through the reed, okay? And then have them, then what you're going to want to do is in sort of a meditative way, you're going to try to think about your body and think about down here. So you're going to feel, at that point of sound, this is going to tense up a little bit, okay? So. Okay, so let me just talk about what I just did there a little bit. So the correct breath on the oboe, as far as I'm concerned, is just sort of a natural breath. So if you're talking for a little while and you run out of air, and then just let your body naturally take that breath in. Okay, so if we let our air out, and then naturally take that breath in. Now, if you're curious as far as what note I'm playing, that's a G natural, okay? So if we take our 3 fingers on the top joint, B, A, G, okay? 1, 2, 3. That's a G natural that I'm fingering. And you'll notice that the sound is not coming out right away. That's okay for this exercise. I'm not including my tongue at this point. I'm just blowing the air through the instrument and getting it to the point where it makes a sound. Okay? And as I'm doing that, it's worth noting that I'm trying to find that place where the sound comes out. Okay? So once you get to that point where the sound comes out, try to hold it and maintain your idea and that feeling of what this feels like down here. Now, if you feel like you're blowing from up here in your shoulders areas, in your throat, in your chest, you don't want to do that. So the air should come from down here. Okay, we call that our support. We'll talk about that a little later. Okay, so if you have too much reed in your mouth, it's going to sound like this. So you're just on the tip of the reed. Now, if you're familiar to other instruments, if you've been playing a saxophone, for instance, or clarinet or a flute, you can add the tongue. It's important to feel that amount of air that you're using when that note comes out before you add the tongue, though. So let me try to explain that a little bit. Feel where the air is, feel where the note speaks from that air. And then I want you to build up that sort of pressure within your body. And the tongue should be saying da and holding the air in. So if you think da, okay, so the pressure is built up within your body, and then you're just releasing the tongue. Okay, so that's with the tongue. Okay, that's different than what we were doing before, which is just blowing the air. Ultimately, what we want is for the sound to come out as soon as we release the tongue. So here's a short exercise that we can put what we've just learned into practice. Okay, so B, A, G. What we're going to do is we're going to hold each of those for 8 counts. So without the tongue, let's just get used to not using the tongue. We're just going to use our air, find where that note comes out, and then we're going to switch. We're going to play B, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you might not be able to do that whole exercise on one breath at first. That's okay. I think that you should take a breath while you're playing the notes and not during the switch. One thing that's very important on the oboe is being able to connect notes, one note to the next. Okay, so B to A and then A to G. So if you need to breathe,